Hi, everyone. Alanna Kaivalya here. Thank you so much for joining me for this live broadcast. It is my great honor and pleasure to be here with you today. I am so excited for so many reasons to bring this broadcast to you and this topic to you. This is the feminine art of receiving. And this is a topic that's close to my heart, as you can imagine. For those of you that are new to me or my channel, my name is Alanna Kaivalya. I wrote this, The Way of the Satisfied Woman. And all of the work that I do at thesatisfiedwoman.com is specifically designed to help you as a feminine woman lean into your greatest gifts and leverage some of the incredible opportunities we have in this modern day world. Look, I know the world is still not built for us. It wasn't built with us in mind. Things are still strange and weird for sure. We are not 100% there yet, but we do live in a time and a place where we have more power, choice, and agency than we've ever had in history. And so that is causing women to wake up. Wake up to their opportunities, wake up to new choices, wake up to new ways of being. And some women are waking up and looking around and realizing that they have been overdoing it. They've been overgiving. They've been giving themselves away. They have been, as I like to put it, deleting themselves for relationships, career, family, and forgetting who they are. And in greater and greater numbers, I find that women are waking up to this fact and that what we have to offer as feminine women in the world is so incredibly necessary. And there has been a deficit of that in the last, let's say, many thousands of years. So it's our time to start refreshing our feminine energy, really reclaiming it, honoring our feminine energy, and stepping into our power as feminine women so that we can offer these gifts to the world because I'm finding that each woman has an incredible amount of magic and purpose inside of her. And that when we step into our feminine power and offer our gifts into the world, others benefit. Because I know so many women who are deeply interested in making sure that whatever they do, whatever work they do in the world, is of benefit to others. And previously, that kind of outlook and that kind of energy has caused us to forget ourselves in the process as we serve others. I don't want us to forget ourselves anymore because that is actually a denial of ourselves, it's a self-betrayal, and it's an inauthentic representation of who we really are. And anytime inauthenticity is present, connection can't be. And it's important for all humans, connection, but for the feminine woman, connection is of paramount importance because it's one of the ways in which we really experience the world. Um, Feminine women have, so many incredible qualities, as do masculine people, masculine men, anybody on the masculine polarity. But the qualities of the feminine, some of the superpowers include our intuition, our emotional depth, our creativity, our ability to harness life force energy, our ability to feel and run pleasure through our bodies so that others can experience it, and our ability to connect with others on a deep level. So I go through all of these qualities and superpowers and ways to connect in the book, The Way of the Satisfied Woman, and in all the things that I offer on my website, thesatisfiedwoman.com, which if you haven't checked it out yet, make sure that you do. I've got a couple of freebies right there on the homepage. The first one is my 3-part feminine reset series. And I am starting a 4-week live guided experience through my feminine power course on October 29th. And that's just less than a week away. So if you are interested in what I'm talking about today, if this is resonating with you, if you're saying to yourself, oh my gosh, I would really love to reclaim my energy, get stronger boundaries, bring my magic more into the world, manifest myself fully as a woman, then join me. It's going to be an extraordinary experience. The course has already changed the lives of thousands of women at this point. But this is the first time I'm actually going to take you through the course that is bringing my book to life live. So every single week, you're going to have 90-minute classes essentially with me, where I'm going to talk you through some of the practical ways in which you can start to really settle into your femininity and reclaim your womanhood in this world. And then we're going to have some hot seat coaching, talk about exactly what you're going through, and we'll have more than plenty of time for Q&A. So as I go through our talk today, I have pinned in the chat a link to sign up for that October 29th course. Make sure you head over there. And any of you who sign up before Sunday, you're going to get an extra special bonus from me, which is a guided ritual along with a nice PDF you can print out and put in front of you as well. So I am watching the chat. If you have questions as I go through our experience today, drop them in the chat and I will get to them certainly if I can during the lecture, but definitely at the end. Again, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here with you and for you. And as I generally do, let's begin with some centering and some breathing. So unless you're driving, go ahead and make yourself comfortable in your space. And one thing that I really love to ask women that I work with is, how can you be more comfortable? Would you take off your shoes? Would you fluff up an extra pillow behind you? Would you lay down? So create a little more comfort than you have right now and close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, pay attention to the breath. Notice how, as you breathe, that gentle descension of the diaphragm draws in your breath, life force energy. That is a very visceral, very personal, feminine, energetic exchange with the world around you. The vessel of your lungs receives the life force energy even as you inhale. And as you exhale and the lungs collapse, you offer that energy back into the world, and that is the masculine energy. So all humans have both feminine and masculine energy within them. And all humans will usually lean more toward one or the other. For us as feminine women in a very masculine world, we often betray our femininity and overdo the masculine energy. We overgive. We overwork ourselves. We chase. We run after. We do far too much exhaling, far too much giving, when femininity really is about receiving. So let's receive today as a radical act of self-care, as a radical act of womanhood. Find that receiving even just with the inhale. And as you have your eyes closed here and breathe, let your body guide you to where you might place your hands, where extra attention is needed. Maybe there's an additional sensation being called to in your heart or in your belly, maybe your neck, your throat. Let the body talk. You don't have to earn the breath. Simply receive it. You don't have to earn relaxation either. Simply receive it. And take a moment in gratitude for the body, whatever it's offering and giving back to you right now. The feminine is embodied, so it is a privilege and honor to be here in our bodies today. And when you're ready, deepen your breath slightly and open your eyes. I always find that taking a few moments to check in with our bodies and our breath, it helps to re-regulate our nervous system. For many women, our nervous systems are revved up and dysregulated. So to come back to your body, to come back to your breath is a simple way to reorient yourself to the deepest parts of who you are, that femininity that resides within you that is always there. But today, I want us to reframe this idea of being a feminine woman a little bit because we have been told for so long that a woman's worth is in how much she gives herself away. And in fact, there's something that I'm calling feminine guilt, that we actually start to feel guilty in anticipation of disappointing someone else if we stop overgiving, if we stop overdoing, if we stop giving ourselves away. And that's not helpful guilt. And in fact, it tricks us into continuously depleting ourselves. So today we're going to talk about how receiving without guilt and without apology is actually one of the ultimate acts of feminine power, which again is something that I'm guiding you all through for 4 weeks starting on October 29th. Because I know that most women will say that they want to receive, but we've been so conditioned to give ourselves away that when things actually start showing up in our lives, like love or help or money, we tense up around it. We deflect. We say, "Oh, we don't even say thank you for the compliments." We push things away. We put walls up and we start to hide behind a wall or a layer of protection that is inauthentic. It is authentic for the feminine to receive. It is authentic for the feminine to magnetize the help, the support, the love, the money, whatever it is that she needs in the world. And in fact, that magnetization activates everyone around us. The easiest way to describe this so that you understand the concept and also know that it's true is all of us at some point have been at, let's say, a holiday party. You can name the holiday. And we have all been already at the party, mingling with our friends or our, colleagues or whoever it is. And in will walk a self possessed, sovereign, satisfied woman. She's beautiful, no matter what she's wearing, no matter her age. But immediately, that energy of sovereignty and satisfaction magnetizes all eyes toward her. She magnetizes admiration, wonder, desire, pleasure. She magnetizes connection. People want to go to her and talk. She magnetizes that kind of attention, support. We've all seen it. That's the power of the feminine woman when she's truly rooted in her femininity. I want that for you. I want that for me. I want that for every woman that I work with. So, this receptive idea is really the activation of our femininity. Now, I know that we've been tricked or taught, and look, it's not nobody's at fault when I talk about these things. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not blaming any particular group or party or anything like that. There's a lot of improper training in our culture, and we've just agreed for so long over many thousands of years that things are a certain way or things have been done a certain way, that we're only just starting to question the idea of this box that we've grown up in. And that is part of this work. That's what we call shadow work. That's what many of us are doing. That's why so many women are waking up, because we're starting to open up the box and look around and go, hang on a second. Was that right? Was I sold the correct bill of goods? It doesn't feel good in my body. What could be different about it? So we've been taught, we've been understood that to receive is selfish, which is one of the reasons why many women deflect any kind of reception. We've also been taught to understand that to receive something means that we then owe. An easy example of this is if you've ever been in a social setting and had someone come up and offer to buy you a drink or a coffee or a meal. There's this implied social construct that to accept that kindness means that you not only owe them something back, but you probably owe them even more than what you've been offered. That's not true. That negates consent. And we all know nowadays that consent is the coolest. When we are fully receptive, we have the power of consent to only give of ourselves, our energy, our gifts, whatever it is, when we are ready and when we have a full bodied yes to do so. That idea that to receive something comes with strings attached is survival conditioning in a world that we have perceived as dangerous. Now, I'm not going to negate the danger of the world. This world is a crazy place. I don't want to place anyone's in harm's way, but there are many circumstances in our lives where we can start to rewrite that script and create safety around us so that we can receive wholly and fully everything that we deserve in this lifetime while only giving what feels good and right and true to us. Because receiving is not submission. Receiving is not a contract that says we owe anything back. Receiving comes with discernment. Our choice, our consent, our ability to choose when to open, when to stay closed, when to trust, when not to, and realizing that these choices are sacred and sovereign. Now, I understand we've come from a long period of time where women didn't have those choices, but we have them now. And so I'm here to hopefully both give you permission as well as some ways to exercise those choices. So, one of the things that's helpful in this idea of becoming a feminine receiver so that we can start to balance these scales, because we do look, the culture that we live in, it is very masculine dominant. There's nothing wrong with masculinity. I want to be exceptionally clear about that. Both of these psychological energies, femininity, masculinity, these energies of the psyche exist within all humans. Both have amazing, excellent qualities. Both have the ability to be distorted into something negative, but it's not an indication of the goodness or rightness or trueness of either. Okay. Just like money can be used for good, money can also be used for really complicated and shady things. Money is just money. The energies of the masculine and feminine are the same. They are just those energies of the psyche, the energies that are inbuilt within all of us as humans. We get to choose how to use them. The trend over the last many millennia has tended toward a more controlling, power based, hierarchical structure that prioritizes masculine qualities that aren't necessarily always the shining qualities of the masculine. That is detrimental to all human beings, no matter what gender you find yourself in, no matter what orientation you find yourself in. So, this is just the structure that we're dealing with. I'm giving the context, the landscape for where we are, and for why you, as a woman, have likely had to armor up with a lot of masculinity throughout your life. It makes sense. You're working in the world as best you can with the tools that you've got. This idea of success, ambition, drive, hierarchy, control, power, it's pervasive, but it's not feminine. So we want to achieve some balance. We want to take back the power of not only our femininity, but femininity in general, and rewrite some of those distorted notions of what feminine is. Feminine is not submissive, feminine is not quiet. Do you know a lady who doesn't like to chat? Do you know a woman who likes to be controlled? Because I don't. And I've met a lot of them. I have the great privilege of working one on one as a coach with many women. And the conversations that I have are usually something along the lines of wanting to break free from any kind of control and wanting to use her voice to be empowered. So let's get into this idea of receptivity and rewriting the feminine script so that we can reclaim our feminine power. Because that's not only how you're going to be the most happiest and joyful in this life, it's actually going to bring happiness and joy to those around you as well. A relaxed, pleasure filled woman emanates joy to all of those around her. Okay. So think about your body, your feminine body here, and think about even the shape. And we can use the most physical of metaphors. The woman's body, the feminine body, is a vessel, it's a container. Ladies, think of your vagina. It is literally a receptacle for hopefully pleasure. I wish that for all of you. So I want to talk about our body in a metaphorical way as a vessel, as a container. And just as you have a vase maybe that holds some flowers and water, that vase is contained. It can't have holes in it. It can't be squishy. It has to be structured. It has to have solid boundaries in order to hold the water to bring life force to the flowers within it. You are the same. You need to have structure and boundaries so that you can contain energy in order to hold the life force that is your creativity, it's your joy, it's your pleasure, it's your ability to connect. All the good things that we love as embodied women in this modern crazy world come from being a boundaried vessel able to hold energy, not dissipate energy, not leak energy, not give it away. Without boundaries, there's no container. With too much dissipation, there's no energy. So you can kind of see the issues here. So the feminine is a vessel, it is a sacred container, and our power doesn't come from chasing or overgiving or overdoing, but from allowing, from receiving. Feminine energy draws inward. Whereas we're probably more used to masculine energy, which is chasing, giving, reaching, striving, goal setting, bottom line underpinning, right? We think about success as reaching the top of the ladder. Well, anytime you're going for a pinnacle or an aspiration or outward movement, that is inherently masculine energy. The feminine draws in, the feminine receives. And one of the highest forms is this magnetism, this attraction of everything that you need so that you can do your greatest work in the world, whatever that is. When your container is full and strong, you magnetize exactly what's meant for you without having to reach for it. So take a moment now as we magnetize ourselves here. And maybe place your hands on your body where you did at the beginning of this talk. And get get into yourself for a second and just ask yourself in a moment of reflection, where in your life do you keep giving, chasing, draining, extending instead of allowing yourself to be filled, receiving, accepting? This one simple shift can change everything for you. Where you choose to do it, because consent is key, you are safe to receive. You don't have to earn your rest. You don't have to earn your love. You don't have to earn your money. You receive it. You magnetize it. You draw it in. You manifest it. Because the feminine is creative. We have the power of life force energy to create something from almost nothing, whether that's a family, whether it's a career, whether it's a movement, whether it's magic in the world, that's ours. And the world needs what you have to offer, dear sister. It needs it more so now than ever before, because as you learn to reclaim your feminine power, not only do people around you respond to that and rise up and in to support you in it, but you give permission to the other women around you, as well as all of the women who will come after you, to do the same, to free us to be the most powerfully feminine women we can possibly be. So, if this work is interesting to you, this is exactly what we're going to be doing in my course starting next week on Wednesday, October 29th. This is a feminine power guided experience. So, I'm going to be there with you for 4 weeks of live sessions, embodiment practice, and community. You're going to be inside my private community. I'm going to have a special circle in my rooted membership just for this course where we're going to go live together every week for 90 minutes. I'm going to teach you some more embodiment practices, give you a space of support, an opportunity to ask questions because, when you're learning something new, it doesn't always go exactly right the first time. You want to make sure you're getting it right. I will be here not only to support you, but to validate you and to hold you accountable to this transformation. Because one thing that I know is that we don't need another course. We don't need another lecture. Okay, information is just information. Information doesn't create transformation. You doing the work, you being connected, you having support, that's what creates transformation. So if you've been craving softness, receptivity, support, and a place to stop proving your worth, this is it. And I hope you'll join me. And when you join by Sunday night, remember you're going to get an extra special bonus, which is my feminine ritual kit. It's going to talk you and guide you through this art of receiving, as well as give you some journal prompts to really lock it in. So before we go today, take one more breath and remember receiving is your birthright. And your feminine power begins the moment you stop chasing and start magnetizing. Thank you all so much for being here today. It has truly been an honor and a pleasure to guide you through this experience and to hopefully start to open your mind up to what feminine power really is. I've dropped the link in the chat. I'll make sure to put it in the show notes as well. I hope you'll join me for the Feminine Power Guided Experience. And if you forget any of this, just remember you can always find me at thesatisfiedwoman.com. I'm grateful that you're here and a part of this movement. Let's get it rolling. And until next time, everyone, stay satisfied.